guys, what is up? It is Monday, which you know what that means, Monday motivation. Welcome. I always look forward to Mondays because I get to spend it with you guys, and then of course I like what I research as well. So welcome in everybody. If you do not know who I am, my name is Pamela, aka Scooter Renee. I'm your host for tonight's Monday motivation, as I am for every Monday motivation. And make sure you do the YouTube things, that you subscribe, you do the thumbs up, and ring the bell. I about had to look at Robert so he could tell me what the third one was. So hope y'all are having a great night. Again, if you are new to my channel, welcome in to all my OGs. So good to see y'all. I love seeing y'all all the time. And of course, if you're the playback crew, welcome in. I couldn't do this without you, playback crew. So as always, if you can't catch me live, you're always welcome to watch the rewind and the playback of the video. So it will be available for whenever. So let's see who all is here. My ear is like making some funny noise. So Darlene, welcome in, my friend. You should have the notes, guys. If you do want the notes for Monday motivation, just let me know. I do send those out prior to going live, unless I have something special going on. Then I might wait for that. Next, we have Kelly in Texas. Welcome, Kelly. So glad to see you. Let's see. We got Picky Nikki. How are you, girl? I miss you.
It's by the entertainment center on the floor.
Oh, and she's not in chat. Okay, cool. Yay. Let's see. Tammy's in the house. Welcome in, Tammy. So good to see you. Long time no see since this afternoon. Let's see. We got Andrew in the house. Welcome in, Andrew. Tammy, you know, this is where it all started. I got this shirt from Hometown Country from Roslyn's area. And that is what started all of this. So, yeah. And that was at least a good 2 years ago, because I haven't seen them since. All right, guys. So welcome. We got Christy S in the house. Welcome in, Christy. So good to see you. Wait for your name to pop up. There you go. Always love to read what these emojis say. Face red heart shape. Face red heart shape. Okay. All right, guys. So tonight, real quick, 2 announcements as I've been making. 2,000 sub reminder giveaway. As when I hit 2,000 subs, I will be giving away it'll be a big giveaway that night. So there'll be multi giveaways that night. So you want to make sure that you have subscribed to my channel if you're not already. Also, guys, I am also doing the shorts on my channel. So make sure you catch the shorts every time I post one. I don't do them every day. I do them sporadically. But make sure you comment with the hashtag that I put in the video, and you'll be entered into the monthly drawing. We are starting that for February, and we will continue. So if you have not watched February's, go back, watch those, get their hashtags in. You have until midnight tomorrow night, which is February 28th, last day of February. So after midnight tomorrow night, I will not be taking more hashtags for February. We will be starting on March. So make sure you get your hashtags in if you have not done that yet. And I will probably do one more short in the morning to give you one more chance into the drawing. So make sure you do that. And I haven't decided when I'll make that announcement yet. Probably at March 1st auction. So I don't know what Robert's doing. All right, guys. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Tonight's topic is on looking in the mirror. That's terrifying to me sometimes. What do you see when you look into the mirror? What do you hope to see in the mirror? Ugh, I don't know. Who do you see when you look into the mirror? You know, do you see yourself, or are you just noticing everything else? Is it something positive that you see in yourself, or is it something negative that you're seeing? A negative thought? Do y'all do like that dog that pumps itself up in the mirror, says, I am a good dog. I am going to catch the ball today, that kind of thing. Or are you noticing and picking out every flaw, every blemish that you see when you look into the mirror? Well, naturally, tonight's not all about that. It has a little bit to do with it, but it's not all about the flaws and the blemishes and everything. It's not it's not noticing those things, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So tonight we'll be looking at that phrase just a little bit differently. We will look at what it usually means, but we're going to take it to a deeper meaning of it and how we can apply this to our lives daily, and especially when we're having those rough moments. So, as they always say, do you like what you see in the mirror? Do you? Do you like it? All right, guys, positive spot thought for tonight. There's my cool wrench. Y'all notice I always say my cool wrench because she's my cool wrench, right? There she is. Oh, there's my Jimmy Mac. When are you coming back? Are you home, Jimmy? Let me know if you're okay. Jimmy was involved in a fender bender today, so hopefully he is doing okay. I won't go into the details. I never like to tell things that people don't want me to share. So just FYI, if y'all can add Jimmy to your prayers, I would greatly appreciate it. Cassie, welcome in. So good to see you. All right. Still in ER? That's ridiculous. That's nuts. Doesn't surprise me though, right? So positive spot thought. I thought this quote was very interesting. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. It's not what you're looking at. It's not what you're, looking at as far as the flaws and the blemishes and you on the outside person. But it's what do you see? What do you see within yourself when you look in the mirror? The phrase of look in the mirror usually goes like this. Look at yourself in the mirror. This is where it came from. Before you pass judgment. Just like the verse, don't be the first, throw the first stone, because then you're not even better. The implication is realize you are not perfect. And you should humble yourself and realize that before you judge somebody for their faults, you need to look at your faults if there is any that you have within whatever's going on. But I want us to look at tonight's topic of look into the mirror. As you look into the mirror, realize you are your competition. This is where we're going to take it. We're going to take it that you are your competition when you're looking in the mirror. Competition is good, especially when you think about in terms of sports. It pushes these athletes to their limits. It enables them to compete at their peak. Or when we play board games, I don't realize how competitive I am until I'm playing a board game. Until there's a contest, I did not realize how competitive I could be until those things happen. So if you're having a contest, we used to have contests when I used to work at Morgan Stanley all the time. And whoever got, I don't know, 2 hours off early on Friday or something like that. But you can bet to guarantee I was going to go for it. And I want it to be number one. I want my name up there and I want my 2 hours off early, right? So I can become very, very competitive in that nature. Don't know. I guess I am a little bit competitive with myself, especially when I set number goals and so forth. Like I want to beat that. I did that last month. I want to do better this month, I'm so sorry, Jimmy. Hope we get to feeling better. I missed my hug today. All right. So, but if you really think about it, some people, they actually compete in everything, every opportunity for them to win something, and it's all mental, and we can all do this a lot of times, and it can be subconsciously, it can go unnoticed. But I have known people who literally compete with their friends. So think about it. The ones that have the best, newest, smart or Apple phone. Well, I want to get the next newest, smartest Apple phone. I want to top what you got. The best car. Well, my car drives better than your car. It's much newer than your car. So the best house. My house is so many square feet. Yours is only this much. Subconsciously, you might not be saying that to somebody, but in your mind, we can be very competitive and not even realize that we are competing. I had a friend way back when my girls were little, and it seemed like I think I had gotten a new vehicle, she had gotten a vehicle, and it could all have been coincidence. I'm not saying that she purposely did this. And then next thing you know, I got a new puppy and she got a new puppy, and it was just like, okay. And it seemed like there was one other thing that happened, but it's just like, okay, is she really competing with me on these things, or is it just coincidence? Just seemed a little weird. But when we do that, when we are looking at our friends and family and acquaintances and people that we see, when we are looking at what they have and we are wanting to be better and we do that, that breeds a lot of jealousy and a lot of hate when you do that. So there can be a good and a bad competition, and all have results depending on which kind of competition you're involved in. Thank you, Cool Ranch. I knew you would do it for me. Let any one of you without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. Exactly. Same thing with looking in the mirror, right? So, again, there can be good and bad competition and so forth, and it just depends on what that competitiveness that you are in at the moment is. So, when we're in competition with each other or with others, and that's all we're focused on, maybe it's a promotion in the office. Maybe it's a number base. Maybe you thought you were going to be the top seller, but someone actually got top seller. But guys, when we do this, when we're like, oh, I was in line for that promotion, when we do that, it interrupts and it blocks our creative flow. But I want to dig a little bit further because it's not all about competition either, guys. It's definitely not all about competition. If you are searching for that one person who will change your life, look in the mirror. I can come on here and motivate you on Mondays. You can read and watch videos as well, but it's up to you guys. It is up to you. I would like to have a part of your life of helping, you and everything. But again, I'm not that one person. It's you. Too many are searching for that one thing. Y'all know what I mean? That one trick, the one secret that will give them the life that they want. Right? Stop. Stop doing that to yourself. And I'll point at myself when I say that as well. And instead, look in the mirror. You on the other side of this camera, you, the playback crew watching this later, you are the only person who can create the life that you want. You have people help you along the way and things will happen, but you are the only person that can create the life that you want. It's not anyone else's responsibility to do this for you. No one else's. Not your parents, not your friends, not your kids, not your employer, not your spouse. He might be part of it, or she, but it's yours. It's your responsibility to create the life that you want. So what does that life look like for you? Right, Cool Ranch? Yes, ma'am. That's right. Everybody wants a quick fix, and some will pay anything to get it. Only realize it's all up to you, folks. And that one thing, that one quick fix that we thought was going to do the trick, we end up realizing that we're still not happy, or that wasn't exactly how I thought it would go, or okay, just one more thing. We always want to do one more thing. instead of just looking in the mirror at ourselves and creating the life that we want to create. Some people live by this principle, but in actual reality, most people don't. They will not take the responsibility. How many of you know people that are constantly making excuses? Most people would rather make excuses than look in the mirror. It is so easy to give an excuse before you look at yourself. Same thing like when you point a finger at somebody, you got 3 pointing back at you. I've always remembered that. Point your finger at somebody, you got 3 pointing back at you. It's almost as similar to me looking in the mirror. But we want to make excuses of why we can't do it. We want to make it other people's fault. So, look, guys, the problem is always out there. It's never in here. It's always out here, outer body, never in here when you're making those excuses. My ex-husband too, Jimmy Mac. So when people were trying to make those excuses of why their performance wasn't up to par for the month, or why they didn't get the promotion, or why, whatever it may be, they're only looking at the outside of them. They're not even looking at what's on the inside. Because when you're making those excuses, it's distracting your thoughts. I'm not attacking here, so do not take it that way. And my husband and I are both guilty of thinking this. But these are the same people who spend more on lotto tickets. Cool, Rich? Speaking of the quick fix thing, we think we're going to win a lot of money. Boy, we hit that $8 million jackpot. We're going to be set for life. And then they spend all this money on their lotto tickets. People that are taking their Social Security check or their disability check or their whole paycheck, putting it towards these tickets instead of than they do towards their own personal development. There's so much they could have done with that. Here's another one. We spend more on diet pills than they do on health food. They think that the one pill wonder will work faster than they could eating right and exercising. FYI, I can be so guilty of this. So very guilty. I think probably women have a harder time with this than men do. But you hear the good talk of that one pill and everything, and you're thinking, yes, finally, I don't have to work out. Yes, I don't have to sit there and eat another, salad or count my calories or do the low carb or whatever it may be. That one pill, yes, this is going to do the trick. This is the fix. And instead, I need to be looking at the mirror at myself and figuring out how to create the life that I want. Do I want to be a little bit thinner or whatever it may be? How am I going to get there? Look at myself. The one guy that gets under my skin the most, here we go, Jimmy. The one guy, it was always my ex-husband when we were married. If I had to name one guy that got under my skin more than anything, it was definitely him. But how many of you know a type of people that spend more time complaining about all the reasons they can't succeed than they do working for the possibility that they could succeed? As my ex-husband will always say, it was someone else's fault. It was someone else's fault why he was there late. It was someone else's fault why he didn't have the tool that he needed to work on the car. It was somebody else's fault why it took him longer on the job than what it should have. It was somebody else's fault why he would quit his jobs multiple times. Earl Nightingale had this quote: We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. We're all self-made in the joy we experience every day, but only those who are happy will admit it. We're self-made in our health, fitness, and physical shape, but only the fit will admit it. We are all self-made financially and in every other sense, but only those who like where they are will admit it. I want you to think about this. If I want a better life, I refuse to sit around and wait. Wait for the government to change the rules. I'm going to get out there and work for a better life. I'm going to learn what steps I can take. And guess what, people? I am going to take those steps. Take the steps, guys. No matter where you're starting from, take the steps. Quit depending on others or government to help you succeed in life. It's all up to you. Step by step, I will climb until I get where I intend to go. This is never easy, but it's very straightforward, right? Never easy, but very straightforward. I promise you, it is always worth it. We're talking about looking at ourselves, right? And y'all have heard me mention the dry erase marker for your mirror because that's what I use on mine. Take that dry erase marker on the mirror or get you one. And the next time you look in the mirror, I want you to write this down. I work on myself. I improve. I work on myself. I learn more. I work on myself. I grow stronger. I go stronger, and that new, improved, stronger version of you and me creates better results than the old version of us. Let's see. Life is what you make it. That's right, Jimmy. Thank you, Booted Chick. Thank you for being here. Life is like riding a bicycle. Keep your balance. You must keep moving. Yes. Very true, right? Because you're going to fall if you don't. I'm a prime example of that. So find a way to create the life that you want. I am the only person who can create the life that I want. You are the only person that can create the life you want. Like the mosquito. Yes, Beta Chick. Yes. There you go, dry erase month board. Because of you took the step, though, Timmy. You took the step. There is no one else that will ever want it as bad as I want it. There is no one else that will ever want it as bad as you want it. It's up to you, and realize that the only competition that's worth did I jump ahead? Hold on just a second, guys. I did. It's up to you and you alone is where I was going with that thought. It's up to me and me alone, no one else. And I wouldn't have it any other way. If I achieved something, by gosh, I want it because it was by my blood, sweat, and tears, not because I had, I cheated my way, I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, All I can think of. I'm very, 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 very deep into the Alex Murdaugh trial. I'm hook, line, and sinker into that whole thing. But I'm just blown away at how much money people can take. And this is not personally to me, but I have seen this happen where someone had been taking millions of dollars. And it's like, do you not ever think you're going to get caught? Do you not think somewhere along the way it's going to catch up to you? You know, gosh, what's more embarrassing, to admit that you couldn't afford to do something because, in his case, he's an addict, whatever, but, or that you cheated to get there. Right, it is, Booty Chick. I'm so into it. So do you want to cheat to give yourself the life that you want, or do you want to work hard for it? Be proud of the life that you have, and proud of what the work you've done and the success you have created. Well, I will tell you guys, I've not this trial, but the last trial. I probably did watch Law Nation, but my favorite commentary, and I will put her name in chat. She is an attorney, a prosecuting attorney from Beverly Hills, used to be. She's moved all the way to Nashville, Tennessee, and she helps other attorneys. She goes around to all these conferences and stuff, but she is a good commentator. Like, I love her. But it's Emily D. Baker. The only warning I will give you guys about her is cussing is allowed. Because she'll, in her little thing, and of course he doesn't do it because now YouTube punishes you if it's in the first 30 seconds, 8 seconds, something like that. But she says, we're here to talk about facts, not effery. And I'm just like, wow. But she is so good. Like, that is why I'm so into it. And she explains to you what's going on, why, this side is doing that. I'm going off on a tangent. I realize this, guys, but she is so good. Like, I'm telling you, I love her. I could watch her all the time. But during this trial and everything, it's been so worth it. So, make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. So, look in the mirror and realize that the only competition that's worth your time, worth your energy, for you to focus all your might on, take the steps. Spend your energy and your time on you, on making yourself better. Create the life that you want in this life. You only got one. All right. All right, guys. Any discussion on this or anything else? Very short, nice and sweet. You know how I am. What do you think about looking at yourself in a mirror? Sometimes it's really hard to look at yourself and admit things when you're staring back at yourself, to see things. But it can all be rewarding to look into the mirror and remind yourself that no matter what you're going through in life, whatever it may be, that you are great. You are great. You are enough and you are worthy. You got this. Keep stepping. So I will open up discussion and see if there's anything y'all want to talk about. If y'all want to talk about the trial, I'm here for the trial, guys. I'm so here for it. I even broke down and watched. I'm almost done watching the docuseries, but I can't help it. Like, it just blows my mind at how all of this can happen. And plus, it also proves that there is the good old boy club. There is still a good old boy club, But it's very, very, very mind-blowing. It almost reminded me of the Clintons, because they're saying, oh, they've had, people killed. Well, so did the Clintons, supposedly, it just makes you wonder. You didn't comment on my commentator quote. I saw it, Cool Ranch. I saw it. Ha ha. No dip. Oh. Or a tater chip. What are we talking about, tater chip? Joyce, welcome in, girl. Welcome, welcome. What am I missing? I saw the sleepy tea. Thank you, Julie McIntyre. Thank you, thank you. You're a funny girl, Cool Ranch. Funny girl. Booty chick. That man is dirty, dirty. I think it all came to head and he blamed his son, even though the man was dirty before the boat accident. Oh, yeah. Like before that, like with the, with his dad, Why do you think they always called the grandfather? Because they could hide it. The boat accident was the thing that shined a light on a lot of stuff. Yes, and I think it started just unraveling. And I think for him, he did not know how to deal with it or how to make it go quiet because everything else had been kept hush, hush. Right? They never admitted who actually did what, It's just crazy at what happened. But yeah, I think that started happening. I think his $50,000 drug habit a week, guys, was coming to head as well. I think his wife supposedly wanting a divorce probably didn't help matters either. No, yeah. And they even tried, they did not even call the parents of the girl that drowned that night when it first happened. They're like, well, we don't want them to panic. Let's wait until we, until for sure we can't find her. I'm like, what in the heck are you saying there? So much light there that will come to light. Yep. Regardless, the man's going to jail for the rest of his life because of the millions of dollars that he's taken. But I think, some of these banks and stuff like that, I think they need to be held accountable. And I even think the law firm needs to be held accountable. Why in the world are you letting your attorney borrow money that's the client's money out of their trust account and you think he's going to pay it back? And we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions. And what made me sick to my stomach is when they were up there and he actually testified. And he said, so, this one case won you, and I can't remember the numbers, but 1 point some odd $1 million. And he goes, and your settlement of that was $400-something thousand, right? Well, yeah. This other case was so many $1 million, but yours was, $600-something thousand. Well, yeah. And then his biggest case that he won got him $1 million. It's like nothing was ever good enough. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. You need, we always want to try for that. Okay, let me just a little bit more. I thought this would make me happy, but man, if I could, get that little bit of extra, that would make me happy. Right, Cool Ranch? I think a lot of us do that. And there's times I'll look at myself and I'll say, Pamela, get out of your way. Get out of the way. Quit trying to put up roadblocks. You got this. You've done it before, or whatever it may be. Like I do. I'll sometimes pump myself up in that mirror. I want to be like that dog. His wife was not living there. If you heard the housekeeper, he wanted her to come back and think she was like, look, I'm not coming back. And he was like, well, you two aren't going nowhere. But she was also concerned about him. She was also worried. I caught him when he was testifying. I was like, he goes, I never asked her to come back. I'm like, you just admitted like how many hours earlier testifying that you had asked her to come back home. Like nothing measures up with this guy. Hang that mirror. That's right. It is always usually pretty much us. There is always a workaround. Might take you a little bit longer to get there. Might be a little bit harder for you to achieve, but by gosh, there is always a workaround. Just like I can't stand for people to tell me, oh, you can't do that. Watch me. You just totally turn my thinking around. Watch me. I might not be able to do it as fast as somebody else, but I'm going to do it and I'm going to prove you wrong. I did that with Robert for a half marathon because he didn't think I was allowing enough time for myself to train for a half marathon. Wrong, buddy. I might take up the whole 4 hours to get that half marathon done, but I'm going to prove to you that I can do it. Again, that's that competitive nature that I didn't realize I had in me. Guys, I also want to thank y'all for always praying for me and reaching out to me. We are coming up on the 1 year mark this weekend of my dad's passing. I know all the positive things and the blah, blah, blah. You know, think about what he would want for you. He would want you to be happy, all that. But guys, I just ask for y'all to pray for healing and peace this weekend. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know what I'm going to what to expect feeling wise. I've never traveled down this road. This road is new for me. So if you wouldn't mind adding me to your prayers list, I would really appreciate it. I've been kind of feeling off kilter, and I think that's what's coming up. So, but yeah, and Darlene as well. I know she hit the 1 year mark for her mom. And then, of course, my mom will be later this month. But my mom, I was ready, you know, she had Alzheimer's. I was ready, you know. But with my dad, I just wasn't ready. I don't know if we're ever fully ready, but when you see someone suffer, it kind of makes it easier, you know, to let them go. But unexpected is it just stopped my whole world. So, anyways, anything else y'all want to discuss? We can go back to the trial if y'all want to. Right, Coolridge? I just, you know, I get into my own head and it's just like, not that I want to forget or anything, but is there ever going to be a day until I pass that's going to be easy? You know. Yep, I know you're right there with me, Darlene. I know you are. Yep. So 2022 was not good, but by gosh, 2023, something good's going to come from it. Oh, but see, all right, guys, this is where you're seeing me in my true moment, in my awareness of myself. I say that, and then I think about my brother. It's like, maybe 2023 won't be so good, you know, because he was able to get his procedure. His liver function numbers were up. But man, what a battle he's fighting. So I'm praying and hoping that he will decide to be here for next however many years that he knows that he can withstand it, and that I will be ready, you know. Well, I get so twisted in my words here. Not that I'll be ready, but it will be, when you see someone in pain all these years, you know, whatever they're fighting, cancer, Alzheimer's and stuff, you kind of sit there and go, you know what? It's not so bad if they would go ahead and pass, because at least they'll have a better life, right? Than what they have right now. But those unexpected moments. We had a plane here in Little Rock that went down the other day, carrying 5 people, and all 5 people passed away. But they were all from the same company, and they were on their way to Ohio. And it's just like, you get up that morning thinking everything is good, everything's going to be just fine. I'm going to see my husband when I get home from work, and, you know, blink of an eye, quick of a moment, things can change. But I think I get on Robert's nerves sometimes because I'll sit there and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Because I never want him to forget how much I love him, you know? I knew it was C-Tech or something like that, Tammy. Oh, there you are, my buddy, Rev. Pain has a way of humbling you and resting what is really in you. That is so good, Rev. Yes. You just summed that up perfectly of what my year. I've been trying to figure out how to put it in words. And yes. That's exactly what I felt this whole year, is humble. Yep. Already you get on my nerves. Well, dude, I want you to get better. One of our vendors' hubby works there. Kelly, I do the same with my boyfriend. We see each other every other week. I have to tell him how much he means each time I see him, right? You never know. Realizing what is in you. Well, I'm sorry. Let me go back, guys. Let me go back because I'm getting on his nerves because I did not read that right. Pain has a way of humbling you and realizing what is really in you. Is that better, Rev? I know, buddy. I know. Hope you're doing okay today, buddy. What am I trying to say? Friend? Hope you are doing better, Rev. If you're not, get your butt to the doctor. I'm not going to keep telling you this. Yes, Mama. So get to the doctor. Guys, don't forget to keep Jimmy in your prayers as well with his event today. Continue to keep Cool Ranch in your prayers as well as she continues to heal and recover and get stronger every day, every week. And man, it's just so nice to have her back with me. Yes. Yes. This is why I'm telling you, go to the doctor. Yes. Go. He's like, I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't care. Go. All right, guys. Anything else? We are approaching the 45-minute mark, but I'm here for it all. If there's anything else you want to talk about, I highly recommend you go watch Emily D. Baker. She has thousands, and I mean, we're talking like 50,000 views when she's live. 50,000 people in chat. It's nuts. All right, guys. Jimmy, let me know how I was going to say you have a good night. You need to have a good night. But let me know what's going on with you. All right, guys. Always appreciate it. I look forward to these Mondays with you guys. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central is the Scooter and Skeeter show. Scooter and Skeeter. We'll be on with Roflo. So if you don't know who Skeeter is Rita, the booted chick. She'll be with me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday night, it's about to get real. Kim and Dream Chaser Tammy will be on with me Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday night, as always, my buddy Cool Ranch will be with me at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And there is a surprise on Friday. There is a surprise on Friday, but you'll have to wait and see because I don't know if I can make that announcement. I don't want to steal the thunder. So, there is a surprise Friday. When is Nana Pudding going to be on with you? She will be back with me the last 2 Tuesdays of the month of March. Right? Hey. Jimmy says we're going to break them. Hey, Charlotte, you're coming in right at the end, my friend. That's okay. You can rewind and go back and watch. Welcome, welcome. All right, guys. Anything else y'all would like to discuss? Go right ahead, bit it, chick. I think I myself am going to go and figure out what I need to do. But guys, thank you so much. Get to looking in the mirror at yourself and get to taking your steps forward. And let's do this thing. Bye, guys.
Okay, let's do this thing.